This is Cyberpunk 2077 running on a 3.6 gigahertz Intel Core i7 4790 with 16 gigs of RAM and a 8 gig NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1070 video card. So, what I'm looking at today is really how Fortnite performs on an older high-end quad-core i7. I tested it earlier with a 4690K, which is what this build originally came with, and it was just unacceptable. The performance gain, older i5s just haven't aged very well. Quad-core, non-hyper-threaded i5s just haven't aged very well. A lot of these newer games like more cores. So, the 1070 is really kind of irrelevant to the video. 1070 is basically the kind of the I don't know what you'd call it, the baseline performance level. Pretty much all these games now expect you to have. You might run it a little bit lower, but the 1070 is also interesting because if you look at look up at the top at the CPU and GPU utilization, you'll notice that it's fairly well matched. So the 1070 is basically the same performance as the top that was available when the 4790 was new. So that would have been like the 980 Ti, Titan X Maxwell video cards like that. And those, I've tested a Titan X Maxwell. Other than a few situations that were GPU memory bound, because the Titan X Maxwell has 12 gigs. Other than situations where the extra video RAM made a difference, which in most games it doesn't. It performed very similar to the 1070, and that's the same with the 980 Ti. Even though it's 2 gigs less video RAM, performs as well, and in some cases, I think I've seen slightly, ever so slightly, increase compared to the 1070. But all of these cards, they're so close. The difference is just, it's not worth mentioning. It's so close. Let's see if they got anything good for me here. Ooh, what have we here? I'll come back here later. So this is solidly a 1080p gaming experience. It will run 1440p, but and it will run at higher settings. So I'm running it right now, I think low. Low. Yeah, we're on low. Oh, no, maybe it's okay. Maybe it's medium. Okay, I guess I'm running at a medium setting level. Let's see here. Is it medium or low? Okay, I guess it's low. So I'm running at low settings with well, it was with the FX super resolution at the ultra quality setting. So I want to get out. Okay. So the FX super resolution provides just a slight bump in this case, enough to keep the frame rate always consistent. And it looks good at 1080 at low settings. This is not a system. This isn't one of those cases where the system is struggling to handle the game at 1080 low setting. This is a system that can comfortably run this game at 1080 low settings. And the big issue I had, it'll run at 1440p low. It'll even run at 1440p medium, and it'll usually stay 45 to 60 FPS. But there are a few circumstances where it just can't handle it, like these scenes where you're driving through the city it would drop down to high 20s, low 30s. Or when you're like driving through the city and you're moving at a high rate of speed in the vehicle and it's having to just draw a lot simultaneously, like right now. See where you can see it dropping down. You typically don't want to drop below like say 45, maybe 40 for smooth video on Cyberpunk. And obviously we're hitting just right at that level. So anyway, I hope this gives you guys kind of a solid look at what to expect on the 4790. If you try to run with a lower video card, I mean this is pretty comparable to what you're going to get on a 980 Ti, Titan X Maxwell, and as you can see, we're coming pretty close to maxing both parts. So you're probably not going to gain a whole lot by going with a higher end video card either. So let's say you put a 1070, a 2070, 2080, something like that. This probably isn't an ideal system for that. Probably 1070, 2060, 980 Ti, Titan X Maxwell. Those are the cards that you would want to pair with this system. I mean, you could certainly put a higher end card with it, but it would really be a waste of your money. But anyway, again, I hope you guys find this interesting and informative, and thanks for watching the video.